Grace, it doesn't have to come to this. You can choose life. You're choosing life. Oh, you weren't dead. You weren't dead. You choose life. You choose life. Okay, bye. See ya. Okay, guys, this is going to be a very, very, very informal book review video because I made a gorgeous video. It was funny, awesome, until my camera decided to stop recording at 10 minutes, which it always does, and it's so obnoxious. So, and then I accidentally deleted part of it, and I was just mad, so I got over it, and now I'm back, and I just don't have the time or energy to recreate it, and so I am just going to do it this way. Okay, so the first book I have, and I will not be saying any spoilers, so if you guys are worried about that, don't worry, fret not. So I have Beautiful Darkness by Kami Garcia and Margaret Stohl. I have Claudia Gray's Afterlife. I have Deadly Little Games by Lori Ferrier Stolarts, and then I have The Lying Game by Sarah Shepard to review. So if those are interesting to you, then stay tuned. So this first book is Beautiful Darkness by Kami Garcia and Margaret Stohl, and this book sucked. I'm sorry, it did. And I loved, well, not loved, I really, really enjoyed the first one, Beautiful Creatures. And I liked Ethan as a character. Lena was still okay to me. Everything was fine and dandy. And then, excuse me, I'm so tired. This one came out, and I was just so disappointed. I was, like, my favorite character isn't, well, one of my favorite characters is no longer with us. And then, Ethan was such a martyr, and then Lena was so bitchy, and just, she was so horrible. She was so condescending, and just dreadful, dreadful. So it just was painful for me to read. I gave it a 0 out of 5 because I couldn't even finish it. I started reading and I got up to 250 pages, and after that I was just like, I can't do this anymore. It's a waste of my time. I really started to like find things to do instead of reading, because normally I love to read, like, obviously, but I love to read, and I would find any excuse at all to read. And with this book, I found that I was trying to skip pages. I kept counting to see how many pages I had left. Like, the ending, I was just fidgeting, and I didn't enjoy it. So I just decided it's okay to not finish if you really don't like it. I don't typically like to not finish, but it's okay if you do, you know? So I just gave up, and I couldn't even stand it. So, yeah, I don't know. It just didn't work. But luckily, the only good part about this book is I got it at Half Price Books, and it was only $9.98, so I didn't pay full price. Isn't that really sad? So the book isn't even in the cover because I was reading it in my mom's car, and I haven't even gotten it out of my mom's car yet. That's how much I didn't like it. Like, I didn't care if it wasn't on my bookshelf or not. So, yeah, just really, really bad. So, I'm sorry if you guys thought it was good. I just couldn't do it. So, unfortunately, this was a 0 out of 5 for me because I couldn't even finish the book. So, I don't know if I'm going to read Beautiful Chaos. I think that's the next one coming out. I don't know. I doubt it. So, I don't even know what happens, so I can't anyways. So, yeah, that's Beautiful Darkness. Next, Afterlife by Claudia Gray, and this is the 4th book in the Evernight Academy series, which I adore, and you definitely need to read them if you have not yet. It starts off with Bianca and Lucas, of course, and Balthazar, and I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I really enjoyed the writing. The writing was really good. The twists is just, oh my gosh, intense and really good, and the plot was amazing, and I really have to give it to her for that. But the one thing that I really didn't care for is that the characters didn't really have that much development to me. Like, they didn't have to really suffer any loss. Like, throughout the book they did go through hard times, but Bianca didn't suffer anything. Like, even though she went through a few things, she still could do stuff. Like, it's hard to explain without giving anything away, but she didn't have to sacrifice anything. Neither did Lucas. Like, I think the only person that really sacrificed anything was the character, like, Vic sacrificed, Ranulph sacrificed, and definitely Balthazar sacrificed, for sure. But I just didn't see any, like, really things making the characters really fight and, just really, really, really want to better themselves. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I'm sure if you guys have read it, you guys kind of know what I'm talking about. But overall, though, it was a really good book. I enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 out of 5, and I adore Balthazar, and my favorite characters are Vic and Ranulph. I love them so much. They're so funny, and I just love how Ranulph tries to be cool, and it's so hilarious, especially when he, like, is doing something really, like, not nerdy, but, like, popular, and, like, surfing or something, and then he breaks off into this tangent of really eloquent speaking. It's hilarious. And I also kind of have to say that while I was reading, and this one part where Lucas and Balthazar sword fight, what is it called? Fencing. Yay! They were fencing and kind of like grappling and stuff. I kind of wouldn't mind hearing some fan fiction about him and Balthazar. I think it would be kind of good, so I guess that's just my weird mind, and you guys don't want to know what's in my head. But, yeah, so I think it would be interesting. Good plots. But anyway, and so the other thing that I wasn't a fan about this book is that the Bianca was such a biatch to Balthazar in the beginning. I seriously wanted to choke slam her. It was ridiculous. She was such a wench, and he was trying so hard to be accommodating, and it's not just because I like him, he truly was trying to be a good person, and she just was totally mean to him, and I hated it. And then the other thing was Bianca. She kind of, every couple chapters or so, it would say, this would have been funny, but blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, okay, I got it the first time. You don't have to keep saying it. And that's the writer, that's Claudia's part, so it's not really Bianca's fault. But it was just kind of annoying how that happened. And what was the other thing? I can't remember. So, but yeah, anyway, this is a really good book if you guys like the Evernight series. Probably this one is my least favorite of the series. My absolute favorite is Stargazer, because it has the most Balthazar and Bianca stuff. But other than that, it was a really good book. I'm watching Will and Grace, and it's really funny. It was a really good book, and I enjoyed it. So definitely read it if you have a chance. So yes, very good. And the ending was very bleh, but the plot, other than that, was really, really amazing. So I was very shocked. Okay, The Lying Game by Sarah Shepard. I have a book I hated, a book I really liked. This is the book I was iffy about, mediocre. So I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. Typically, I really enjoy Sarah Shepard's writing. I adored Pretty Little Liars, as you guys know. If you check out my reviews, they're pretty much back to back. I read a book a day of that series from 1 through 4. After the 4th one, it kind of went downhill, and I didn't care for it anymore. But this book is about a girl named Emma. And Emma is an orphan, and she is kind of bounced around from foster home to foster home, and she discovers that she has a twin named Sutton, and she has to, they promise to meet somewhere, and she never shows up, and so Emma is kind of thrust into Sutton's life, and she has to figure out why. And it was a pretty good book, but it was very predictable. Once a certain person came into the plot, I knew exactly what the plot was going to be, and that kind of was a little bit disappointing, especially since Pretty Little Liars, I was kind of thrown for a ride a couple times, so I think I was expecting a little bit more from Sarah Shepard, especially since I enjoyed the Pretty Little Liars so much. I thought that Emma and Sutton were good characters. Other than that, though, I think her characters were kind of shallow. I didn't really care for any of the other ones, but of course, because they're the main characters, of course you're going to like them best, most of the time anyways. And so, but yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's very predictable. Yeah, just kind of blah. Like, I'm still going to read the second one because I am intrigued with it. And I think that I don't want to give it up as a bad job yet. I just still want to hold on and make sure that it's still something that I'm interested in, and I am. So hopefully the second one will be kind of a reprieve. But this one was actually kind of boring to me. So yeah, that's The Lying Game. I was really actually kind of hoping that it would be a little bit more exciting and better, but what can you do? So I still enjoy Sarah Shepard as an author. I'm still going to read her book for sure, her next one, and anything she writes really. So yeah, so I'm still happy about it. So there's The Lying Game. I hope that review wasn't really bad. I mean, I don't know what I was talking about. It's hard to explain without giving anything away. So that's the art I really need to work on with my book reviews, is trying to have quality reviews without giving anything away. That's my, in the almost middle of the year resolution. Okay, so lastly we have Deadly Little Games, and this is by Laurie Faria Stolarz, and this is the third book in the Touch series, and I actually really enjoy these. I gave this one a 4 out of 5, and I think this one, without giving anything away, this one deals more with a love triangle, a serious love triangle, and I did enjoy that aspect. But the other thing I really liked about this book, and I thought that it was definitely unique, is, I'll show you. That's what the writing looks like. And the chapters are really short. That's what I love about it. There's these audio transcripts, and it doesn't tell you who until the end, of course, and then you'll figure it out. But there's audio transcripts from therapy of this certain person, and then there's a crossword puzzle that you have to figure out. So I did it on a separate piece of paper, but I thought that was very unique and interesting that they did that, because it does relate to the story. And I did enjoy this book. My absolute favorite characters are Wes and Kimmy. They totally stole the show, as they always do for these books, and they are so hilarious, and I just laugh out loud every time Wes or Kimmy, they have this like really dry, sarcastic sense of humor, and that's the exact humor I have. Just very quirky, and I love it. And Wes is so gay, bless his heart, and I love him to death. And he's so awesome. But I'm finding Camellia to be a little bit more obnoxious in this novel. I felt like she wanted her cake and to eat it too, and she was very I don't know how to explain it. It's she likes someone, and she likes this other someone, and she goes off onto all these tangents about this one person and then completely ignores the other person, and then when the other person does something, she completely ignores the other one. And it kind of is reminiscent a tiny bit of Zoe Redbird from the March series, particularly, it's late, I can't talk, it's almost 1 a.m., oh my god, and particularly in the third and fourth books of the House of Night series. But still, definitely a great novel. I highly recommend this series. I really enjoy them. They're fun, light reads. They're spooky, but they're just like each chapter is a few pages, so it's super easy to read and to get through. And I read this in like one day, so highly recommend it, guys, if you're interested in that kind of thing. So that's my book reviews. I hope they were good, good enough for you guys. I know that they've been pretty highly anticipated, but I'm not sure what I'm going to read. I was starting to read Ink Exchange, but now I think I might put that one down for a library book, because there's so many that I'm just so excited to read, and I need to kind of catch up on my 50 book challenge. I've been kind of slacking a little bit. So yeah, those are my reviews. So thank you so much for watching, you guys, and hanging out with me and sticking in there, because I just appreciate it so much. And all these breaks that I've been taking, I know it's probably annoying to you guys. But yes, I will definitely have another book review for you this weekend, hopefully. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!